Hey everyone, welcome back to the Banana Thumbnail Podcast, where we bring thumbnails to life to crush the competition. Today we've got something really cool on the agenda. Absolutely, we're diving into a topic that's super relevant for anyone trying to create cinematic content with AI. We're talking about Sora cinematic prompts and why they often fail. Exactly. It's so frustrating when you hit generate and what comes back looks like a bizarre fever dream. I mean, who wants a cat with 5 legs melting into the pavement, right? Right, I think we've all been there. So, what's the deal? What are people doing wrong with these prompts? Well, it really comes down to the structure of the request. Many people think they can just type something vague like, make a cool movie about a space battle, and expect a Hollywood masterpiece. Wait, so what you're saying is that the AI doesn't know what cool means to us? Alex, exactly. You need to be specific. Instead of saying a car driving, you could say a 1967 muscle car speeding down a wet, neon-lit street with a low camera angle. It's all about giving the AI a blueprint to work with. Oh, wow, that's actually really interesting. So if someone skips important details like action, environment, or lighting, the AI just guesses? Right, it usually guesses wrong. If you leave out crucial descriptors, you end up with something generic or flat. Got it. So what's another common mistake that people make? Alex, well, a big one is inconsistent character rendering. Imagine you've got this awesome character, but in the next shot, they look completely different, or their face is morphing halfway through. That sounds painful and expensive. How do you avoid that? You want to use the storyboard mode in whatever tool you're using. If you keep generating one-off clips and try to piece them together, continuity goes out the window. Oh, that makes sense. So locking in your character's features from the start can really help with that consistency? Exactly. Define your character at the beginning. Use the same descriptors every single time, like scar on left cheek, blue denim jacket, short messy hair. That's your first mover advantage. Nice. I love the idea of having a structured approach. What about settings and realism? Great question. The best settings for realism really make a difference. I've found that mentioning specific camera terminology can help a lot. For instance, saying shot on a 50mm lens, f1.8 aperture, tells the AI to understand depth of field and blur the background. Oh, that's clever. It's like speaking the language of cinema to the AI. Exactly. And don't forget about audio. A lot of AI video generators struggle with sound, but Sora nails it. The audio actually fits the scene, footsteps echoing realistically and ambient details that just make sense. That's super impressive. It sounds like they've really improved from earlier versions. They have. And speaking of improvements, keeping your clips short can actually enhance your results too. Longer generations can lead to the AI hallucinating, as they call it. Hallucinating? Wow. So, it's better to generate short clips and maintain prompt adherence? Right. According to internal benchmarks, videos under 10 seconds have a much higher adherence rate. Just think of it as a way to keep everything tight and focused. It sounds like there's a lot to keep in mind. And what about legal risks? I imagine there are some challenges there too. Absolutely. With the rise of deepfake fraud, platforms are getting strict. If your prompt triggers a safety filter, like trying to generate a celebrity likeness, you're going to run into issues. That sounds frustrating, so the models are trained to reject those requests now? Exactly. It's important to check your prompts for real people or trademark terms. For those in the pro sphere, you have to consider commercial rights too. If you're using a free plan, you might not own that video. Yikes, that's a big deal for creators. So, what's the solution here? It really boils down to having a solid workflow. You can't just wing it. Script out your shots first, define your style, and use the storyboard mode to sequence everything properly. That sounds like a smart approach. Do you have a quick 5-step process for us? Sure. First, script it out before touching the AI. Second, define your style with a preset prompt. Third, sequence your shots in storyboard mode. Fourth, time your descriptors for specific moments. And fifth, iterate quickly based on feedback. I love that. It feels like a recipe for success. Exactly. As we head into 2026, we might see pricing models change, which means you can't afford to be lazy with your prompts anymore. Wow, that's a lot to digest, but super valuable. Thanks for sticking with me on this one. With over 10 million users joining, Sora in such a short time, you're part of a huge wave of creators figuring this out together. Definitely. So if I'm understanding correctly, being specific and structured with prompts is key to getting great results with. You got it. Remember to cover subject, action, environment, style, and motion in your prompts. If you hit those 5 notes, your success rate will skyrocket. Awesome. That's a wrap for this episode of the Banana Thumbnail Podcast. Thanks for listening, and we'll catch you in the next one.